A mom suddenly woke up at midnight to her youngest son's playful sounds in his room. When she asked him, he said his friend woke him up to play. But when she looked around, nobody was there. When Jake was in the 5th grade, he moved into a new house with his little brother, aged 3, and his mom. The house, supposedly built in the 70s, flaunted a classic touch, and its previous owners were a couple with no children. The seller told Jake's mom that he could no longer live in the house, though he loved it. He said his late wife, whom he loved dearly, passed away in the sitting room, off the kitchen. Jake's mom decided to move in, having taken things lightly. She later discussed with him about upgrading the house. The man assured her he would stop by in the future to check out the renovations. He eventually left, and things seemed perfect for a while, but not for long. Jake explained, "A few weeks after moving in, my mom woke up in the middle of the night to my brother awake, playing in his room." Jake's brother loved toy cars and arranged them in an eccentric spiral form. It seemed weird at first. The TV in his room was on and showcased nothing but static. The mom curiously asked him what he was doing late at night. The little boy candidly told her that his friend awakened him to play. The mother freaked out, and whatever he uttered didn't make sense to her. She thought he was imagining things and made him go to bed. Over the next couple of months, this happened several times. One day, while eating dinner as a family, my brother was in his high chair and announced to all of us that his friend was in the sitting room watching us eat, Jake explained. Everyone, including Jake, thought his brother uttered random stuff that came to his mind. He went to play with him and slowly pressed for more details, starting with his imaginary friend's name. His brother said her name was Anne and that she never got to be a mother. He even claimed she was happy to stay with them in that house. The family thought Anne was a strange name for an imaginary friend. They didn't know anyone by that name and ignored the little boy's claims. A couple of weeks later, the previous homeowner contacted Jake's family. They were excited to have him around, but were unprepared for his spine-chilling confession. When he stopped by, he was impressed and told my mom how much his wife would have loved what she had done with the house, Jake said, adding, "My mom asked him, just out of curiosity, 'What was your wife's name?' He replied, 'Anne.'" After hearing his story, several people claimed it was one of the most thrilling supernatural stories they'd ever read. Some people were curious to know if Jake experienced anything sinister in that house. He later claimed that he'd experienced specific supernatural incidents in the house and detailed how an open bedroom door slammed shut by itself. One person even pressed Jake for more details if they'd informed Anne's husband about what had happened. He responded saying, "We didn't. I think my mom was scared of upsetting him. It did freak me out because I was standing right there when he said her name. I had a few weird things happen in the house." When the person asked, "Is her spirit still in the house?" Jake claimed he didn't know as they'd moved to Texas a few years later. He disclosed his brother didn't remember anything and even wondered if people who'd bought the house experienced something sinister there. He said he couldn't predict the spirit's intentions and feared living in that house. Another young boy shocked his mother when he told her he had been playing with his grandfather. The mother knew it couldn't be true because the boy's grandfather had passed away a year before he was born. She soon found that her son was indeed seeing his dead grandfather and talking with him when she learned more facts about their conversations.